playground of destiny.
Welcome, race fans! This is Dexter Dugan from WLBC, here to bring you the greatest race in the world! And with the sound of the cannon, the gates are officially open and we are now hours away from the start. The gates are open for the biggest party in sports. Over 200,000 people are about to descend on the speedway. We had some light showers overnight, and there's a 75% chance of showers today, so good luck to all those people parking cars on their front lawns today. It could be a terrible mess for everyone this morning.
My first race was in '77. Dad had waited until I was 7 to take me because cars were pretty noisy back then. He didn't want it to hurt my ears, but when they fired up those engines, every single hair on the back of my neck just, stood straight up. And once they really got going, I was having the time of my life. Until at 188, because that's when Dad made us pack up all our stuff and leave because he wanted to beat the traffic. 20 races, and I've never seen the finish. My family, we only observe 2 holidays, and that's Christmas and the race. And I can recall being apart on Christmas, but we've never been apart on race day. The minute after the race ends, of course we're in our car when the race ends, but the minute it ends, we're thinking about next year, planning what we're going to eat and drink, stuff like that.
Roby,
my dad,
have you seen the obituaries?
My dad is a mortician. He believes there's just great dignity in caring for the dead, dating back to ancient times, and I just think it's gross.
Where are my obits?
This is my father's 50th race in a row. The only way you can get tickets in our section is if someone dies. In 1946, Howard Newell died after he got drunk and tried to remove a blister with a shotgun. Grandfather did his funeral, and that's how he got our tickets.
They're coming.
Ain't it grand?
300,000 people. More than Gettysburg. Battle of the Bulge. More than stormed the beaches of Normandy. Have you seen my whittling knife?
I don't know why you get so worked up for anyhow. Stacy Woods parks cars in her front yard and takes in over $500 on race day alone. She even lets the RVs come in and plug in our power outlet. You know, we could take that money and go to Myrtle Beach. Don't you want to see the ocean?
I'll take you to Lake Michigan. They got sand there.
It ain't the same. I want to dip my toes in the ocean.
There's a column of people advancing on our lawn, and I've got to stop them. Have you seen the cooler?
Yeah.
Honey, did you get the soft drinks?
Yes, dear.
None of that diet crap. Rot your insides, and it's addicting to boot.
I got regular and diet.
Good. It's that time again.
Do you have to do that now?
Yes. All the excitement of the day I could forget, and then we'd lose our seats. Remember what happened to Freddie Robinson when he didn't send his money in right after the race?
He lost his seat.
Exactly. And you know where he wound up sitting during the race?
The backstretch.
The backstretch, right. Only 2 kinds of people sit on the backstretch. Those who aren't the real race fans and those who can't afford the main straightaway. Old money sits on the main straightaway. Now, did you remember the coleslaw?
Yes, dear.
Good. I don't want to take Waldorf salad.
We haven't taken Waldorf salad for years.
Good, because no one wants to eat it. Just makes more to carry home.
We're not taking it.
Good. Ahead of schedule. Great. Do you have the tickets?
Yes, they're in my purse. Do you want to see them?
No, I trust you. It's just that I don't want to get to the track and then find you've left them on the curling. Great. And where are you going now?
I need to check and see if I left the curling iron on.
We're taking cotto salami.
Again.
With mustard. Just mustard.
How could you possibly have it without provolone cheese? You know, you need something to cover up the taste of the meat.
Cotto salami has its own unique flavor, good enough to stand on its own. Cheese just detracts from that.
Fine, I'll go to the concession stand and get a hot dog and a pretzel.
Boys, I brought 3 sandwiches with cheese and 3 without.
All right. Should we take 38th Street or Kessler? I'm just asking your opinion. I won't hold it against you, I promise.
Take Kessler. It'll be faster.
Time out for a traffic update for race fans heading out to the Speedway this morning. High School Road is totally backed up, which means gridlock all the way back to 56th Street. Ouch.
I knew he should have taken 38th Street. This lane is not moving.
Don't worry, we're not in any hurry.
I'm in the wrong lane.
There is no wrong lane.
Mom, you have a mint?
Oh, sure.
That lane is moving. They're getting somewhere.
They're moving at the same rate. Go.
The heck? Look, they're going faster.
Thank you.
And I'm stuck here.
This is a good lane, honey. Put your seatbelt on.
I should have stayed in that lane. Now they're moving. And I'm stuck here.
Doesn't make any difference what lane you're in.
No matter what lane I'm in, it's always the wrong lane. Just once, I'd like to be in the right lane. See? This street's better. Now we're moving.
That's it. Never again. Don't ask me for advice anymore.
It's gonna rain. I don't have my obits and it's gonna rain. At 75, I lost my glass cleaners. It rained for 2 days.
It was 73. 75, it started raining, and they called the race 26 laps from the finish.
I thought that was 74. I do remember sitting in the rain for what seemed like forever.
Mom said in 74 you left at the first drop.
Oh, they called the race that year. I do remember that.
But a lot later. You know, it might have stopped raining.
No one wants to sit in the rain.
Just once I'd like to see the end of a race.
If you drove in traffic, you'd feel differently.
How would I know? I've never gotten the chance to.
You're not ready.
You drove to the race when you were 15, your first time.
I had no choice. Daddy left us. Mother didn't know how to drive. Uncle Joe passed on, and I was all we had left.
Maybe if I drove, then you could enjoy the race more.
Close my eyes for a second and all hell breaks loose.
You're slipping, Colonel. Anything happened before I got here?
A couple of guys tried to take a piss on my tree.
I miss all the good shit.
What the hell is that?
Keeps the beer cold.
Let me see that. You're drinking out of a bottle. And it's one of those goddamn yuppie beers.
I joined the Beer of the Month Club. They send me a different beer every month. And this month, it's Honey Brown.
I don't know you anymore. It's like I just don't know you anymore.
You know, there's lots of beers out there you haven't tried.
Champagne Velvet was good enough for my daddy, and my daddy's daddy, and it's good enough for me.
And it's cheaper than shit.
You bet your ass.
Let me have that other one.
was hoping you might have dressed up a little more.
What's wrong with this? It's clean.
Jim Neighbors is going to stop by. We ought to look nice for him.
I don't put airs on for anybody. And Jim Neighbors is not coming by.
Only 3 more hours until he starts singing his song. He ought to be coming by any time now.
Jim Neighbors is not coming by.
Now look, this is the closest street to the track. Everybody who goes to the race walks past here. Jim Neighbors sings at the race every year. He's going to walk by here.
He come by last year?
Is this the right street? I mean, I just don't want to go down the wrong street and wind up in a muddy field like we did in '82.
I'm not going to answer.
I'm just asking.
If we turn down the wrong street, I will never hear the end of it.
It's not true.
We ended up in the mud in '82, and we are still talking about it.
I won't hold it against you. I promise.
This is the right street. I don't want to hear it.
Is it going to say anything?
A dirty look is worth more than 1,000 words.
Do you have the tickets?
Here?
I think this is the right gate.
What does it say on the back of the tickets?
I never go by that. Well, the way they want me to go. What do you think?
This is the right gate.
I'm going to meet you in the seats.
You lose a ticket and you don't get in the race, buddy.
Dad, I'm 25 years old. I think I can handle it.
My father never let me carry my own ticket, and I don't think you should either.
But if something happens, then none of us can get into the race.
Then I make that mistake, not you.
I will carry the ticket, boys. Here, us 3.
Looks like it's fixing to rain.
Sure does.
Think we'll get the race in?
Don't matter. It ain't gonna rain till after the race. Then everyone will come trampling across my lawn.
Yeah, well, if it rains, Jim Neighbors won't be coming by.
It ain't gonna rain.
Big star like that ain't gonna be hanging around in the rain.
It rained in '86 and he was there.
Both weekends?
He sang both weekends.
Didn't they play a tape that second weekend?
It was still him singing.
You know, I heard he sings and takes off in a helicopter.
That's a bunch of horse shit. Jim Neighbors is a real race fan. Why, he even made a racing movie with Burt Reynolds, Stroker Ace.
You know, Colonel, I worked for the phone company for 30 years. That don't mean I like climbing poles.
Do you remember the rain gear?
Yes.
It's just that I think it's going to start coming down any minute now. When it starts raining, we got to get ready to make a quick exit. Can't bear to fight the traffic and the rain. Okay? Do we have 7, 8, 9, or is it 8, 9, 10?
How long have we had these seats?
50 years.
Should I say something?
No, give him a second.
8, 9, 10.
Huh, 15 years for you, huh?
Yep, 25 for you.
50. Never sat anywhere else.
Oldest in the section.
Damn straight. First timers.
Probably get the company tickets.
Worse yet, probably got them on a scalper at Georgetown.
Paid through the nose.
So a few years ago, I guess maybe about 10 years ago, I'm on my way home from out of town and I see all these vans heading here, and I thought, well, it must be Grateful Dead are in town. So I just kind of pull in the line and follow everybody. Well, it wasn't the Grateful Dead at all. It turned out to be the race. And I thought, well, I'm here, you know, I'm in the traffic. I might as well park and see if I get a ticket. I got a ticket, went in, and it was kind of like a Grateful Dead concert. You know, people were excited and some people were out of their heads, and I had a great time. And no encore, but it was really fun.
Well, hold your horses, I'll get it.
I'm hungry.
Actually, I'm hungry too.
Happy boys?
It looks like rain, honey.
Don't worry, it never rains.
Don't you remember the umbrellas?
No, I'm sure if it rains, there's someplace we can go.
Something's not right. I don't trust people who don't bring food to the race. What you bring to the race says a lot about who you are. Last year, the people two rows behind us brought Braunschweiger. They got problems in the bedroom.
How's that?
Braunschweiger stinks so bad, no one's going to get near you with a 10-foot pole. You eat it to keep your husband away. It's better than making him sleep on the couch. People a couple rows down brought honey-baked ham, which is ritzy, but they only put one slice of meat on each sandwich.
So?
So, the husband lost his job, but they're still trying to hold on to the good life. The guy behind us brings shrimp, which I thought meant that he lived in one of those fancy old mansions on North Meridian. But about the 100th lap, he starts whipping out the turkey bologna. He's a Southsider, trying to hide it. A couple years before you were born, some people next to us brought head cheese. Now, I was ready to call security. Now, you don't bring anything to eat to the race. It means one of two things. Either you're just plain ignorant, or you're trying to hide something.
So why do we bring cotto salami?
Your father likes it.
I always wanted to be a cop. I'm sorry, police officer. I was a huge fan of the TV show Adam 12. I remember the only reason I wanted to go to the race that Kent McCord was going to be riding in the Parade of Stars. I sat there patiently watching car after car pass by with people like Larry Hovis and Charles Nelson Riley in them. But then at the very end, I saw his car. They're no dummies. They save the best for last. I was bound and determined to get his autograph, so when his car started driving back towards Gasoline Alley, I practically threw myself in front of it. The driver didn't want to stop, but Kent, he made him. He reached down and signed my race ticket. After that, I didn't see much of the race. I just sat there staring at that ticket.
You still have that ticket?
No. 2 weeks later at school, I traded it for a stack of nudie magazines. Still got them.
So 47 was your first race, huh?
Yep. Buddy Shortman bought it on the first lap.
A hell of a way to begin your first race.
A few years back, we did his son's funeral. It was one piece of work. His wife fell in love with him all over again at the viewing.
So, did your family go to the race with you that year, or?
Oh, yeah. My dad drove us over from Terre Haute. We had to get up at the crack of dawn in order to beat the traffic.
And you've been every year since, huh?
Yep. That was one hell of a race.
Asshole brothers. Every year I think they're not going to make it. Every year they come at the last minute.
Race is getting ready to start.
That was one hell of a plane, the B-52.
Did you ever fly one?
No, but I saw one at the air show in Dayton. Magnificent machine. That's what Joe Jr. flew. Joseph Kennedy Jr. was the greatest hero this country ever produced.
What about Jack?
Joe Jr. was a patriot. He was the one anointed to become president, not Jack.
How can you say that? What about the PT-109?
Jack Kennedy crashed that boat because he was having sex on the bridge with a Nazi spy. They should have thrown him in the clink, but instead they give him a medal.
And what the hell did Joe Jr. ever do that was so great?
He was killed in the big one, right after his plane dropped the bomb.
Joe Jr. dropped the bomb?
Well, not the bomb, but it was a bomb. Anyway, it's not so important what he did as what he could have done.
Well, Jack was a good president. I mean, he inspired a whole nation and guided it with a firm hand.
Hogwash. Jack got us into Vietnam. Joe Jr. was a soldier. He would have known we couldn't win a war in the jungles of Southeast Asia.
Yeah, well, what about the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Joe was a pilot. Well, he would have taken out those silos himself and there wouldn't have been no crisis.
Well, Jack was only president for 3 years. I mean, he didn't really have time to fulfill all of his promises.
If Joe Jr. had lived, Jack wouldn't have been shot.
What, he would have jumped in and taken the bullet himself?
No, he wouldn't have been president. There'd be no reason for the Secret Service to kill him. Besides, I'm sure Joe Jr. would know to duck.
Yeah, the race has started.
Yep.
Think it'll rain?
Don't know. Sure looks like it.
So what station are you getting the race on?
95.5. It's coming in the best.
They said anything on there about it raining? Looks like it's getting kind of dark out west.
No, we've got a window of a few hours. It's going to be plenty enough time to get the race in.
Who said that?
Swoop McLean.
Swoop McLean? What's he know?
Well, he's a certified meteorologist.
Swoop McLean is all flash and no substance. People just listen to him because of the noises he makes.
What's wrong with doing the weather with a little bit of style?
The weather is not about style, it's about substance. I want to know if it's going to rain on race day. It's the only forecast that matters all year.
Yeah, and Swoop McLean nails it almost every year.
Stan, the weatherman, is the voice of authority when it comes to the race forecast.
Stan's idea of a forecast is to poke his head out the window and tell you what he sees.
Hey, Stan gives you the forecast without making a bunch of silly-ass sounds.
Well, bottom line is he never gets it right.
So is it going to rain or not?
No.
Yep.
Okay, well, I hope somebody's got it right.
Growing up, I always had this fascination for hats. Maybe it's because I've never had much hair. I've always been fascinated by those workers out at the race because they wear these bright yellow pith helmets. Those helmets were the coolest things ever. I swore someday I'd have a pith helmet of my very own to wear. A few years ago, I was working security up in Kokomo, and I wore a pith helmet. It wasn't that cool.
Stuart, where the hell's the other lens cap?
It's in the case, isn't it?
No, there's only one. It's not going to do me one damn bit of good to have one lens cap. No, I already looked down there. Just go back to listening to your radio. I was never allowed to use the binoculars. Oh, sure, they let me hold the stopwatch and the radio, and every now and then hold the programs. I wanted you to have all the advantages I never had. From the time you were 18, I let you hold the binoculars. This is how you repay my trust. This is just like the time we went to the Dillinger Museum. Now he's in mortician school. 100% employment on graduation. And then he can afford to buy me a new lens cap for my binoculars. Stuart, where are you going now?
It's gonna rain.
Damn. You know, if Joe Jr. was still alive, there wouldn't be any rain. There'd be a law against it.
They wouldn't need a law, it just wouldn't happen.
I don't see Jim Neighbors anywhere. Where is Gomer anyway?
Don't call him Gomer, he hates that.
How do you know that?
Would you want to be called Gomer?
No way in hell.
Anyway, the race ain't over yet.
Yeah, well, it's getting close, and he just might leave early to beat the traffic, or to avoid the rain.
Jim Neighbors is not the sort of person to leave the race early on account of a little threatening weather or to beat traffic. He hangs in there till the end, till the race is over, and he watches the winner drink his milk. Probably sticks around and helps clean up after the crowd's gone. That's the kind of man Jim Neighbors is.
If Jim Neighbors sticks around and helps clean up, we're gonna be here for a long time.
You got anywhere to be?
No. You?
Not really.
You pay all this money for tickets and he just takes off. Where the hell have you been?
Took a little journey.
For me?
Yeah, absolutely.
What did it cost you?
$3 a pound.
Oh, Christ. I remember when it was a dime and I thought they were really sticking it to me.
Well, my first race, it cost 50 cents.
It was hotter than hell that year. Didn't think you'd make it as long as you did.
Buying the malted milk, it kept me quiet for like 80 laps, remember?
Oh, careful. Don't eat it too fast. It's liable to give you headache.
It's like Mom's 12-bean soup. You know, you always burn your tongue.
Yeah, just too good to eat slowly. Christ, I hate getting soaked. And why do we bring peanuts to the race? Nobody ever eats it.
You always tell me to bring them.
Well, that's your don't. Or apparently they have to carry home.
We only bring what you want to.
Well, like what about Waldorf salad?
We stopped bringing Waldorf salad years ago.
Waldorf salad gives me gas.
When we stopped bringing.
Look, we don't have time to talk about this right now. We've got to go. We've got to go now. It's going to open up any minute.
Race isn't over.
Stuart, get down off your high horse and get ready to go.
The race is not over.
We've got to go now.
Why? Why do we have to go now? It is not going to rain. We might as well stay right here in our seats. You always think it's going to rain. It never does. Never does.
Look, son, if we move faster, we won't get wet. And we'll beat the traffic to boot, okay?
If we stay here long enough, there's not going to be any traffic at all.
Hogwash!
I come here every year and I sit in this seat every year to see the race. But you know what? We never see the race because you spend all of your time worrying about getting here, worrying about what you're going to eat, worrying about when we're going to leave. You spend so much time worrying that we never actually will see the race. Yeah, sure, we'll spend a little bit of time talking about past races, but we'll never pay attention to the race while it's happening. So I'm going to stay right here and I'm going to watch the race. There.
We go when I say we go, kid.
Maybe I don't like that.
Hey, it's not for you to like or not, son.
It shouldn't have to be that way.
You are going now. God, this is just like the trip to
the John Dillinger Museum. There it is. Yeah, I know. You made a trip all the way down there, and I wouldn't go see the wax dummy of Dillinger in the coffin. You made a trip for nothing.
That doesn't. We're not going to the race next year.
I'll go on my own. Yeah, because that way I'll be able to see the end of a race.
Not in these seats, you won't.
I'll sit in any other section.
You are going now.
Fine.
Hey, you go now or you're walking home, kid.
That's fine.
Hey, my father took me to the race. I did what I was told.
I like my Johnny Marzetti with olives. I like to sit in traffic. And I would like to buy 2 programs. And I don't want to be a mortician.
Which way do you think's the best way home, Dad?
I'm not saying.
Come on, I need to know, should we take High School Road to 56th Street or just High School Road to 38th Street?
I am not saying.
Dot, this is serious. The traffic is horrendous. I need your help. I need to know the best way home.
Well, you can figure it out.
I'm asking for your help. Please, I promise I won't hold it against you.
Promise?
Promise.
I think we should take High School Road to 56th.
Okay.
Traffic shouldn't be so bad that way.
I'll be here.
I have never seen such traffic in all my years.
It's not so bad. It was a lot worse in 83.
Like hell it was. Never should have taken 56th Street. When have we ever taken 56th Street? Can you name one time we've ever taken 56th Street? That's because we never have. I should have listened to you. This whole thing is your fault.
I get up at 4 a.m. to get everything ready to make sure that it is perfect for you.
I didn't ask you to.
No, you demand it. Everything I do is to please you, to make sure that this special day is perfect for you.
That's not true.
It isn't. I am tired of it. If I'd said we should take 38th Street, you would have said let's take 56th Street. I am tired of always being wrong. You can find your own way home.
Dot! Dot!
Turn off the car. We're not going anywhere.
Ma'am? Pardon me for saying this, but looks like you used a stiff drink.
No thanks.
Oh, come on.
Done wonders for me.
Got one right here. Come on.
Thanks.
Can we give you a ride?
Oh, no, thanks. I'll call a cab or something.
I wouldn't be able to get sleep at night if I left you here. Come on.
My mother would stop speaking to me.
You're sure it wouldn't be any problem?
No problem at all, ma'am.
Not at all, ma'am. Come on.
Did you boys go to the race today?
Yes, ma'am.
The name's Dot. Ma'am is something you would call my mother. She gets on my last nerve.
Yes, Dot. Yeah, we went.
Did you have a nice time?
Yeah, it was fun.
That's nice. What did you boys bring to eat?
Beef jerky.
Turkey jerky.
Well, Bosco had turkey jerky.
Boys, does your mother know that you brought turkey jerky to the race?
I don't think she knows.
I should hope not. Well, we're going to have to do something about that. Do you ever hear of Waldorf salad?
No.
Oh, well, you are going to love it. First, you have to get yourself some grapes.
Hey, just what the hell do you think you're doing? Off the grass.
This isn't your grass. The city owns this grass.
Like hell they do.
This is your grass. Over here.
Bullshit.
Now, wait a minute. There is where the water line runs. Did you ever see the water company come out and put those little metal flags up?
Little flags in my lawn? Never.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
I gotta call somebody about this. Who would I call about this?
Jim Neighbors.
I am the center of the universe. I am the center of the universe.
No, you're not.
I am the center of the universe. I
I am the center of the universe.
No, you're not. You're picking up cans.
I am the center of the universe.
Wait, if you're the center of the universe, then what am I?
It's all about you. Everything is about you.
But I'm in the universe, and if you're the center, then what does that make me?
Nothing.
Why?
Get your own universe.
Think the rain's gonna hold off?
I don't know. Sure could use it, though. Been a dry month.
Yep. Almanac says it should.
Yep.
He ain't gonna come.
Nope. Well, I ought to be getting home. Shirley's cooking dinner, and she's gonna have a fit if I'm late. Colonel, we held the high ground.
Tomorrow is Memorial Day, and it's important for us to take a moment to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice so that we could be free to enjoy the greatest race in the world. Gone but not forgotten. Bruce Crosby, Raymond Wagner, Joseph Martin Jr.
Maybe next year we can park the cars on the front yard. I bet we could take in $1,000 or more. And we could go to Myrtle Beach. And I could dip my toes in the ocean.
You got a sports page?
One Johnny Marzetti plain, one with Thoms.
I was 4 years old when I went to my first race. And we woke up at the crack of dawn. Dad drove us all the way over from Terre Haute. The track, God, it was the biggest thing I've ever seen. The people, must have been 1,000,000 of them. My eyes were as wide as saucers the whole day. It was overcast and everybody thought it was going to rain. Not Dad. He said it wouldn't rain, and it didn't. It was nip and tuck at the finish between Maury Rose and Bill Holland. But everybody was standing on their seats. I couldn't see. So Dad propped me up on his shoulders, and I got to see Maury Rose take the checkered flag. That was the only race Dad ever took me to. He wanted to leave before it was over. I said, no, we're staying to the end of the race. Shortly after that, he divorced my mom. Married some other woman. After that, he didn't come around anymore. That was the best race.
All right, race fans, that's another 500 in the books. Looks like the rain held off long enough for us to get the race in, and what a race it was. An instant classic. This is Dexter Dugan, and remember, only 364 days until next year's race.